네, 여러분 안녕하세요. 브릿지TV의 김태훈입니다. 오늘 날씨 너무 좋은데요. 지금 이태원에 나와 있어요. 오늘은 뭘 해볼 거냐면 이 영어를 원어로 구사하시는 분들을 인터뷰를 해서 이 영어 학습의 가장 이상적인 기간은 얼마인지에 대한 인터뷰를 좀 해보려고 합니다. 바로 인터뷰 내용 보러 가시죠.
Hi, my name's Kiki. I'm from the UK, but I live in Korea in Jeju, and I work as a chemistry teacher.
Chemistry teacher. Wow. I believe that you're pretty familiar with Korean students, right? So I'd like to talk about this kind of trend that is growing bigger and bigger here in Korea. So lots of South Korean English learners, they tend to fall for like the marketing schemes that promise to improve your English so fast, like within a matter of weeks or a month. And do you have like any advice for English learners who are interested in that kind of programs?
I would say that kind of programs that promise short, snappy fixes to the issues that they may have, or kind of can you learn this language within I'd say it's not possible. Anything that's promised to be quick wouldn't necessarily work, but things whereby you have to go out into the world and be social and you're kind of forced to have interactions with people, I'd say that works rather than kind of, at what you suggested.
How long have you been here in Korea?
Been in Korea about 6 years.
6 years.
Yeah.
So I'd like to know what you think about like there's this kind of trend like in the private English education industry, right? So there are lots of people want to get there, like get to this level as quickly as they can without actually putting in some efforts and time. So people are trying to hack this kind of educational process. So do you have any advice for Korean English learners?
I wouldn't necessarily say hack, because if you go through hack, you might not fully understand the meaning of certain words. But if you go the proper way, you really understand what the word means. So
Right.
I would definitely not go with the hack way. I mean, it's easier, quicker, it's funner, but you know, if you really want to understand, and if you go to America and speak English, they would understand you more if you learned it the correct way.
There's kind of like sentiment among Korean English learners. They can master the language within a matter of weeks or a month. Do you have any advice for English learners who believe in that kind of theory?
That's wrong. Learning a foreign language is hard in general, especially English for Koreans, because they're so different. I mean,
Right.
I've been learning Korean myself for like 6 months, and it's taking me a lot of time to even like get to a level of having a basic conversation. So yeah, I mean, never underestimate it. Never. No.
As a native speaker, do you have any advice for them in terms of how they approach this kind of learning process?
Well, with English, I know it's pretty hard because the grammar it's a little hard to understand if you're not a native speaker.
Right.
I think learning the basics might not be that hard, because it's like you hear it a lot in like television and mainstream music and stuff like that, but when it comes to like the rules of English, it doesn't really make any sense. It confuses us even. Yeah. Like, so it's one of those things where it's hard to rush, because there's just so many exceptions to the rules, I guess.
I have never learned a language that quickly. I think it takes time to learn a language, and I speak German as well. And for me, when I learned German, it was definitely the way of rehearsing, the continuous rehearsing on it throughout like many years. And then I stayed in Germany for half a year as well, and that's when I learned the most. Don't just count on it to happen like this. Because it takes time as well.
So if you are a Korean, how would you try to learn English? Like, would you like study books, or would you like to go to parties, hang out with people?
Actually, you learn a lot by YouTube, rap videos, music videos. You'll learn a lot of the basic English language from there. So I would say YouTube videos by far.
It's different for everyone, because what might work for me might not for you. But for me personally, what works for me is just talking and making mistakes. That's the most important part. Like, it doesn't matter. That's how you learn, right? At least I do. And other than that, just make it fun. So watch movies, listen to music. Yeah, that's it.
Have you guys ever tried to learn another language?
Yes. Yeah,
Okay.
Mandarin Chinese for me. That was pretty hard.
I did 2 years of Japanese, 2 years of Spanish, and
4 years of Spanish.
Oh, okay. So I'm pretty sure you guys know a thing or two about like the struggle that you go through as you try to learn another language. So do you think like watching movies or like TV shows can help?
Yeah, watching
Definitely.
stuff and listening to stuff is rather easier than having a teacher teach you, in my opinion. What about you guys?
No, I personally learn better with like a hands-on, like teacher to teacher type of thing.
How about like watching movies or like soap operas and stuff like that? Do you think that kind of things will help?
Personally, I don't think so. I know a lot of people say, oh, well, I read books and I listened to music and I watched films and things like that, and I don't really see the full-scale benefits of that. I think you can maybe pick up a few phrases, but to learn a language in that way, I don't see that as viable. Because I try and pick up Spanish sometimes, like watching like the subtitles and things like that. But to say that, and I listen to a lot of Spanish music, and none of it sticks. So I don't think that works.
Like, how about like using captions or subtitles?
oh yeah,
Yeah, that can help.
subtitles definitely help because it's one of those things where you don't want to rely solely on just reading it.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's better to just like listen, and it's something you hear a lot, and then you'll go back and you'll read the translation, and that's how you can pick it up pretty easily.
What I would do is I would watch a show without any subtitles or anything in that language, and then I'd watch the episode again with the subtitles, and that's how like I find it easier to learn. So that's one way you could do it. Probably the easiest.
Immersion is usually the best way to learn a language because if you focus too much on like like the in-school stuff, like learn these vocabulary words and these conjugations, it gets too hard and too confusing versus like when you actually like come to one of those countries and then it's just completely different, and then you have to know like the phrases that people use all the time.
You speak English as your second language, is that correct?
Yes, it is.
So I guess you know about learning a foreign language. So when did you start learning English?
I think I learned it in second grade in secondary school. I just tried, and even though they didn't seem to understand me all of the times I tried, I just kept going. So it's really important not to lose faith in it. I could imagine it being hard for Korean people to speak like such a different tongue that English is. So just never lose faith in it because, everyone can learn.
네, 오늘 이렇게 해서 이태원에서 원어민 분들 그리고 또 영어를 외국어로 배우신 분들, 이런 다양한 다계국어를 구사하시는 분들과 함께 인터뷰를 해봤는데요. 역시 다들 동의하는 그 한 가지가 있어요. 뭐냐면 언어를 배우는 데 있어서 단기간에 완벽하게 하는 방법은 없다는 거. 그래서 제가 이번에 낸 책에서도 제가 계속 강조하는 포인트가 이거예요. 영어라는 것은 이렇게 단기간에 정복하는 게 아니라 매일매일 조금씩 습관처럼 하는 거라는 거죠. 그래서 제가 이번에 출간하게 된 책 습관 영어에서 이런 내용들을 굉장히 자세하게 다루고 있어요. 제가 여태까지 유튜브에서 너무 다루고 싶은데 이 책에 넣어야 돼서 못 말씀드린 것들이 너무나 많습니다. 이 책에 제가 가지고 있는 영어 교육과 그리고 영어 학습에 대한 온갖 노하우를 다 쏟아부었으니까요. 여러분들 꼭 한번 서점에서 체크아웃 해보시고요. 저는 다음번에 또 유익한 영상으로 여러분 찾아뵙도록 하겠습니다. 그러면 다음 영상에서 뵙도록 할게요.